through a series of very small steps and through a series of celebrations, that you would celebrate those small victories that you were able to accomplish and you were able to achieve. But I remember a year ago in November, it was time for the New York City Marathon. Now, running the New York City Marathon on a shattered hip and a shattered pelvis would be excruciating. They told me, they said, this is going to be, if you want to do this, the most difficult thing that you've ever done. Set aside the fact that you've done 17 marathons or an Ironman. This is a whole new thing. You're going to do a marathon, which will be your 18th, but it's going to be your first ever on a shattered hip and a crushed pelvis. And they said, if you choose to do this, you have to understand that you are in for something that you can't even begin to imagine. And I remember as we ran through the streets of New York City, and as we reached mile 18, the pain became so unbearable that you were fighting just to stay conscious and just to get through it. Your fight, you didn't care about your finish time. Your fight was so you wouldn't pass out. And I'll just end with this because I'm so impassioned about this. You come to a point in life where there's a real pain that exists within you and a real struggle that you have to face. And during that marathon at mile 18, when my struggle and my focus was just to stay awake and stay conscious and to not pass out, and I used every fiber of my being to simply not pass out because I desperately wanted to finish this. That's when you make your peace. You make your peace with your new body. You make your peace with your new circumstance. You make your peace with your new life. And you ultimately come to make your peace with our Creator. It's at certain times in life that there exists the greatest struggle, that you will come to know the greatest peace. And as we crossed that finish line, it was by no means my fastest marathon, it was my slowest. But it was the idea that I did it. And for me, the battle wasn't to get a good time. The battle was with my own body, to fight and beat the pain, to do the things that I used to love doing before the accident.
So are you healed from the broken hip and everything?
So that's a great question. When you have accidents that are this catastrophic, and I think it's fair to say that people don't heal, you accept it, and you basically work with the life that you now have. There are certain injuries that are so catastrophic that a person isn't going to be the same. But the people who survive and the people who flourish and the people who push forward are the people who are able to adapt. It's all about, can you adapt to your new circumstance, to your new life, and to your new situation. It's not always about focusing on trying to get better, because in certain situations you don't get better. You don't get to do the things that you used to do, and you don't get to have the ease of doing the things that you once took for granted. That's life. That's just how it goes. That's just what it is. But those who are able to succeed and those who are able to flourish and those who are able to make it are the ones who are able to adapt, understand, appreciate, respect their new circumstance and situation, but ultimately do the best that they possibly can to find meaning. And my meaning in this is to fight with the city of New York so that they will make changes to Central Park so as to try to not allow for these types of things to keep happening. If we can make the park a little bit safer and a little bit better for other people, then this won't be for nothing. It will be for a purpose. It will be for a meaning. There'll be a reason. There'll be a mission. And if we can find that, if I can accomplish that, then the life that I'm now living, and the pain that I now have will be for a greater, stronger, and more beautiful purpose than I could have hoped for, because it will be the idea of enhancing and making life better for others that could allow me to understand and appreciate perhaps why this happened to me.
Are there any other hobbies you really enjoy?
Well, I really enjoy, ultimately athletics is my real hobby. I love running, I love swimming. Running is a lot more difficult, it is a lot harder, it is a lot more challenging, it is a lot more difficult. But I love anything where you can be on a team, where you can participate on a team, when you can focus on being with a team. Anything like that is what I really come to enjoy. So anything athletic, anything team-oriented, if I have any moment or any time, that's what I truly love to do.
So if you could name one person that has inspired you most in life, who would that be?
I think there are so many people.